Guys, we have an absolutely fantastic battle today on Total War Rome 2. This is a 3v3 competitive battle. Now, the defenders are the underdogs, but they're going to rely on some unconventional tactics to try to overcompensate for their lack of skill and try to defeat a better team. Now, in this matchup, they spun a wheel to select their factions, so we're going to have some fun factions, unique factions today. On defense, we've got the Aravachi, we have the Armenians, and then we have Gaiti. And now on the attack, we have Arverni, Nabatea, and Kolkis. Like I said, guys, this one's going to have a lot of fun tactics. It's got a little of everything: cav play, archer play, meat grinder, infantry fights, really, really fun stuff. So sit back, relax, get some snacks and drinks, sit somewhere comfortable. And guys, of course, don't forget to subscribe because we are nearing closer and closer to 1 million. Thank you guys and enjoy the battle. All right, the gates are open and here comes an aggressive sally out by the defenders. We got Aravachi, one of the Lusitani, or one of the Iberian factions, Lusitani being the other one. Aravachi moving out. They've got infantry and cav that are going to sally out here on this barbarian settlement. This is going to be a lot of fun. I love these tactics because, one, they're hyper aggressive. That's always fun, right? Two, they're very risky. So there's a lot at stake. It's a high risk reward. And if they can pull it off, great. If they can't, they're in big trouble. And they're going to really have an uphill battle to try to win this one. So on the attack, we've got Arvini moving up with towers. They just now spotted the sally out force, so they're starting to shift over. We got Kolkis and Nabatea. They're shifting over to kind of square up against Aravachi. So it'll be interesting. This looks like it's going to just turn into a field battle. I don't really... Oh, wait, they've got a Scorpion in place. Oh, this is... Okay, so this is going to be a great tactic here. So what the Scorpion, essentially what it is a method to force them to either two things. One, to get aggressive and to attack their position. Or two, to make them shift and get away, get out of range of the Scorpion. But the second one's going to be very difficult to do. I think they are going to be forced to confront this because they're just going to be sitting back here getting hit by the Scorpion. It's going to be a big mess. Also, on the other side of this beautiful settlement, we do have another defending player, the Armenians, sending out some cav, looking like they're mostly hidden. I mean, yeah, they are completely hidden here. So this is definitely going to catch them by surprise, possibly, because it is fairly close to their position, so they could swoop in a matter of seconds before the attackers even notice the aggressive push. I honestly think this Aravachi force here is a diversion. It's going to be used to kind of distract them, keep them focused on, kind of have tunnel vision on this force and not really pay attention to potentially the other side getting attacked. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Already we got the Scorpion getting 2 kills and just opening fire, and just I don't even think necessarily the goal of this Scorpion is to rack up a lot of kills. I think it's just there to be a thorn in the side. I think it's just there to make the attackers uncomfortable. They've got, again, the other option is just to ignore it. They could just ignore it and keep going. That's what it appears what Arverni is doing here with all his towers and his awesome infantry of chosen swordsmen. They've also broken a breach into the settlement. Gaiti and the Armenians, they have a combined force ready to hold. This is going to be tough, and it makes sense. Oh, wait, there goes the Armenians. They are moving out, and they are going to try to get some of these troops by surprise. Let's see. Okay, he's going towards the tree line. He spotted some archers, but he's decided not to go for it. I'm seeing dust in... Is this like really... Look at this, like... Looks like dust from moving troops. I don't know. I don't think it is. It's just some god rays or something. Looks kind of cool going through the trees. But we got heavy melee cav looking around for enemy forces. So the element of surprise is kind of gone for this part of the sally out. But it's definitely keeping the attackers on their toes. And it makes sense. What I was going to say earlier before I spotted them moving their cav over here, it makes sense that the defenders are getting very aggressive with this sally out, because if they can get some cav charges in, if they can inflict a lot of damage with the cav, and here comes a charge right here. Oh! So trying to get the swordman units by surprise and knocking off their, momentum, kind of disrupting the flow of this attack and getting some kills there. He's got 23 kills in that charge. Nothing game-changing, but he is keeping Nabatea on their toes. But what I was saying is, yeah, they got to get some impressive kills with their cav, because they really lack in terms of infantry. If you compare these factions, they really lack in that regard. And I'm kind of shocked that, I guess, Arverni is using this wall of towers to protect them from archer fire, and they're going to focus on funneling through this breach point, which is not a terrible idea. But honestly, I would have a couple units just charge here and try to get these slingers, because another reason they're kind of squaring up with the wall here, kind of using it as a border, is more for this exactly, right? They're using it as a shield to put not a shield, but a vantage point for the slingers to get up here. They already have 28 kills, and they're just being annoying. They're just being very annoying. And now he's firing at look, 32 kills now. Again, nothing impressive yet, but they are firing into the blob. Look at this blob over here. Oh, this is not good. And you can see they're kind of turtling up. They're consolidating their forces because they're worried about the cav that's behind them, which is just, this is more of like a mental game than an actual physical strategy here. If you get what I'm saying, a physical strategy, you get what I'm saying. This is more of just keeping them concerned, keeping them contained, which is going to absolutely benefit the Scorpion as it continues to look at. Now it's drastically getting kills. Now it's almost at 100 kills. It went from 30 to 100 in a couple volleys because it has such a juicy target, and it's just doing a great job here. Quick reloads, rapid fire, and they are doing some good damage to some good units. I think they've been focusing down the Oathsworn. Look at all this is from the Scorpion. All right here. Just going after the Oathsworn, the general, really trying to chip away. Okay, here we go. We got a push of infantry. So this is the actual assault here. And this is probably pretty smart on the attackers. You don't want to delay any longer. You want to get inside the city and bring the fight to Cobra. You want to bring the fight to the defenders, because this is your strength. This is where you're going to have them beat. Your infantry is far superior than the defenders. Okay, maybe not far superior, but it's definitely better. Look at the dust. Look at this dust. This is great. Just looks really cool. So a bold stand by these spear warriors. Gotta be careful there. Nice little volley of the Celtic warriors. I think he's gonna be cycle charging, trying to use the secondary weapons they got, those chavies on them. Now we got archers moving up, eastern archers, kind of just popping some shots there, and they're going to be protected by the Scutari from Aravachi. We've got another unit of Scutari closing in as well to just reinforce, and they're fighting for this arrow tower. I like to see that. They're keeping the arrow tower active, which is definitely going to help their defense. And now notice this. The infantry is now facing this new enemy unit, which exposes their flank to the archer fire. So that's a pretty good use of multiple combined arms to overcome your opponent. And yeah, sure enough, Kolkis. I mean, it's just Hillman, but still, it's a good tactic. Spears over here holding back Axemen. We've got an inch still just chilling over here. I have a feeling that, and look at, they're at 136 kills. I have a feeling that Aravachi is not going to fight out here. I think he's merely using these units as a barrier, as a protection for the Scorpion. He's got some archers out here too. So again, combined arms. Not a lot of cav. He's got 2 cav hiding in the trees, but okay, so he's got decent amount of cav over here. But I think eventually, once the Scorpion's out of ammo, he's going to shift this infantry back into the city, because they're going to perform better inside the city than, say, outside in a pitched environment. But this is not good. And that's guys, the Scorpion is the silent killer of I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's the silent killer for Rome 2. The reason for that is because it can shoot very far away. It doesn't make a lot of noise. The projectiles are really small. When it makes impact with your infantry, it doesn't make a lot of commotion. You'll see a couple troops fall down. That's about it. And then you're busy fighting and focusing on the front lines over here, and then you notice you have a unit that's at half strength. How did that happen? Well, the Scorpion was hard at work. So here we go. More and more infantry clashing. Nabatea sending in the swordsmen, doing a great job here. Look at this positioning here of these Nabatean swordsmen. Throwing the Javies into the Scutari flanks. So that's very fun right there. And now we've got more Aravaci infantry closing in to support. Gaeti still holding over here. The Armenians got reinforcements coming in as well. They've got some axemen closing in to support. So everything's kind of coming down here. And it looks like the defenders are going to draw the line in the sand right here. They're not going to let up. They're not going to give up. They're going to try to maintain this tower and make this where they put up the front line, where they put up their stand, which makes sense. You don't want to fall back too much, because if you fall back your infantry too much, that allows more space where more infantry can get in, which makes it so their Scorpion won't be able to sit back and get some kills in a great position. So, yeah, the Scorpion is now at 280 kills. That is unreal. Unreal. So, they've chosen the third option, ignore the Scorpion. Ignore it. So now they're chipping down at that's violent. They're going after the Chosen Swordsman. That's an excellent target unit to go for because they're so deadly up close. So if you can take them out afar, obviously that's going to benefit your melee units who are defending the city. So I'm curious, how many kills can the Scorpion get? I am curious. Let's see, 290. They've got to be running out of ammo. They have to absolutely be running out of ammo. And look, I'm just gonna watch the kills just trickle up. There. Oh wait, he's gonna move it a little bit closer. I think he's. See, is this one about the fire? I think so. Get all that infantry over there. But the question is he going to retreat this force when he's out of ammo? There we go. There's another shot. 294. Please, can they get the 300? That 300 for Scorpion is a very good day. They're now going for the Chosen Swordsman. Again, going after deadly units. And here it comes. Oh. Went after this Chosen Swordsman. Didn't get anyone in that volley. But, yeah. Really good job with the Scorpion. It's still got ammo. 300 kills, guys. It's got 300 kills. Look at that. And we'll stay, we're going to move on, but I'll keep a close attention to this force, see what he does with it. Does he retreat him back into the city to hold the front line, or are they going to harass and keep pushing the outside, which I think is more risky, but if you can pull it off, maybe could be beneficial. Now, look at this fight. Look at this front line. The Scutari taking on the Nabatean swordsmen. They're going to need reinforcements soon. They can't maintain this spot forever. Oh, now they're chasing down a falling back Chosen Swordsman unit. I think he was falling them back to potentially charge them again. Yep, that's exactly what they were trying to do. A little late there with the Celtic warriors coming in to support them. But they do clash in and prevent those Chosen Swords from getting chased down. We got the Armenians sending in some axemen for reinforcements. The attackers are not too concerned about this approach here. The Armenians also kind of pushing on this side with some axemen as well. This is a little dangerous for the defenders because we've got hunters here from Arverni. These archers, they've got a pretty good angle. Let's see what they go for. Let's see, they're firing. They're actually going for the reserves back here, but I thought they could fire at this force because their flank is kind of exposed sword side. So, yeah. There they go. Now they're doing it. Now they're doing it. But Armenians are just like pushing in to try to prevent too many losses or maybe inflict more friendly fire from that archer fire. And here we go. Aravachi is falling back. They finished with 320 kills. Please keep the crew alive. They deserve a nice feast and some blunder. Some booty. Blunder. Anyways, they deserve some reward. So get him back. You know, don't leave him out here. He probably will because it doesn't matter now, but I wouldn't leave him out there. I don't know, for role-playing purposes, you got to bring them back. You know, they deserve medals for how accurate they were and how many they've taken out. That, I don't know, how many lives did they save by taking out 320 infantry of the attackers? Probably a good amount, especially if most of those kills were chosen swordsmen. So, the fight still rages on over at this choke point. Neither side really giving up. They're still just going, sending in med constantly into the meat grinder. Pretty soon, the defenders are going to have reinforcements close in to this meat grinder because of the sally out troops. But a couple things I want to note here. Archer fire coming in from the attackers. They're really trying to soften up these defenders. It's been a grueling fight for them, and they have yet to make any ground. But a couple things, like I said earlier, a couple things I want to note. He's going to have fresh troops coming in. They're going to be a little tired, but you can rest them really quick. You've got the Scorpion. They're done. They've used up all their ammo. You got this Cav here. And maybe there is a good chance that the attackers have completely forgotten about this Cav, because it has been sitting here pretty much the whole time. They probably took a little mental note of it when they sallied out initially, but so much has gone by, so much has happened. The Scorpion has been a thorn in the side. It's very possible that they have forgotten about this Cav, and they might leave an archer unit or artillery or something vulnerable to a Cav charge. We also have, let's not forget, the Armenians. They have their Cav behind enemy forces. And this, again, could just be a diversion, kind of force them to micro a bit more, keep them on their toes. There is a little gap here. Let's see if he goes for it. The artillery is firing too. I don't think the artillery is going for the walls. I think it's going for infantry now. Let's see. It looks like he's just going to charge into the infantry. Oh, their backs are turned. And then he's going to run through them and get the archers. Yes. Excellent job there. So that is not a push through. That is how heavy infantry is designed. A great charge. Getting these Nabatean archers, they're very, very deadly, nasty. It's a little bit of a, okay, now they're going to move on to this next archer. That's the way you want to play it. You don't want to stay put. Notice how all those Javies came in and wrecked that unit, this Cav unit. But they're definitely going to inflict some damage here. How many kills do they have? Almost 100. They have almost 90. But all of those being archers pretty much. So that was a good play, even though it was a bit of a risky, most likely the Cav was not going to survive that engagement. It was a nice play, and they inflicted some damage to the archers. Now look at this, guys. Now they're going for the artillery. I don't know if this is worth it, because I assume the artillery's almost spent anyways. Artillery now just dropping the, yeah, I don't think this was worth it, but it's a bold move. I like it. And they are going to try. I think they're going to disengage, honestly. Well, he's kind of charging the general, the palace guard of Nabatea. But they're going to disengage. Kolkis sending over their general to support. And does that open up anything over here? I don't know, but Aravachi being very patient. Let's go back over to the front line. Let's see how the infantry battle is unraveling. And you can see Aravachi's infantry now in position, and they're starting to run out of troops. Ooh, nice archer position here with these Eastern archers from Kolkis. They are definitely got a great spot here, going for the defending archers, which are a little stacked up. a little too close for comfort. The slingers are doing a great job. Holy moly. 164. Makes sense that they're trying to silence them. And now they're changing targets and they're going for these Eastern archers with 126 kills. I think they should keep focusing on the slingers. I think that's a bigger threat for your infantry. And wait, what is this? More cav coming in. I was like, why did the archers stop firing? It's because the cav is moving in and getting some units by surprise. Lots of cav showing up. The general, the royal cataphracts have now arrived. And now there's infantry coming out of the woodwork. Literally Eastern spearmen. And we also have some axemen as well. This is such a risky play, but we'll see what he does here, how this works out. If anything, he's keeping them very focused on this sally out. Notice the overload of archers here. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units of archers. And this cav could swoop in and get them. Right now, it's still pretty well protected, but it's still very early. But the archers are certainly trying to help their infantry break through these defenders. Kolkis has made a concentrated push with 3 units of infantry. Gaiety doing the best they can to hold them back with their spears. But I think it's a matter of time until the attackers break through here, unless they send up reinforcements. There is some slingers over here that have 73 kills, so they should probably still have ammo. But I'm not seeing any infantry nearby, so that is a concern for this southern lower side of the defense. And this might be the first big breakthrough for the attackers. But right now, Aravachi, Gaiety, the Armenians, they're doing a great job of containing these troops, keeping them over here. But this is definitely a ticking clock here that's about to run out of time. And oh, the slingers have a great... Now this is he going to stand his ground and sling? He could do so much damage to this general. Oh, and he called off the charge. What a mistake. I think you got to commit. You got to commit. I don't know. That's weird. It's like half the unit is charging in, the other half isn't. But they've made contact. You got to put these slingers on guard mode so they can just keep firing. This general needs to get out of there. They're down to 30 men. So that little hesitation, I think that was costly. And now the archers are focusing down the general. That's pretty huge. We got Arverni now sending up some chosen swordsmen down the open breach. And the defenders most likely are going to have to fall back. They're going to have to fall back into the inner workings of the street because there's just too much. Oh my gosh, this general is completely going in. And he's going to get these archers, but the unit's so depleted. And let's not forget, this is a general unit. So if he loses this unit, it's a high-risk unit. I mean, to lose them because your generalship, the leadership of your army is going to be gone. And yeah, there you have it, guys. I think the general's still alive. There he is. Amazing. He's still alive. Giving out commands. So we'll see what he does. He survives, but he is breaking. Oh, that should break him. Nice. That should break him. He's down to 4 men. Oh, the general's still alive, but he has shattered. So Kolkis is without a general, guys. That is huge. Oh my gosh, here we go. I'm smelling blood. These are sharks in these trees, and they smell blood. There's nothing defending these archers right now. Patience is a virtue on the battlefield, that is for sure. And that is definitely coming to light here. And now we've got some charging going in with the Armenians. This is their strength as a faction. They are a cav faction. Sure, they have some good infantry, decent infantry, but this is definitely playing to their strengths. I love that they're using this cheap infantry to keep their infantry in place while they hammer and anvil. Nabatea is definitely getting hammered right now by the hammer and the anvil. And here it comes, guys. Here it comes. The sharks, they're swooping in. And these archers completely unprotected. And they have forgotten about the Aravachi cav, the medium melee cav, which are absolutely going to inflict a lot of casualties. Look at them go in. Look at them go in. 1, 2. I don't know if this archer unit still has ammo. I'm not sure. They're not going all in. But they went in. They got 147 kills in this cav unit, 102. So in a matter of a couple seconds, they got almost 300 kills. That is crazy. And they most certainly will, because they're going to clean up this. No, go for these archers. They're still fighting. Let's see, what is he going for? Oh, he's going for Nabatea, which makes sense. They're the most dangerous archers, but they kind of get caught up there. Oh, man. Yeah, just let them fight it out. Try to get as many as you can and let the cav fight to the death. Let's go. This is huge. Guys, this is a huge play. This could be the this could be the turning point here for this battle for the defenders, if they inflicted enough casualties here. But we'll see what happens. Aravachi has sent up reinforcements over here, so he's not willing to give up this spot. We've got the Scutari. They are reinforcing where the attackers once broke through. It's not happening. Nice use of the Javies here. Beautiful. That was awesome. Very cool. And there's more reinforcements coming up. We've got some noble swords from Gaeti. They're very good. They're still dealing with the cav over here, but they are starting to break with 187 kills. Really good job there. The Scorpion still just chilling over here. I love that. He just left him there, you know, just to insult the attackers. And I'm looking at this, and I don't know. I mean, let's look at the tactical view. It's hard to really tell. I mean, I don't want to call it here. It's way too early. There's still 10 minutes left in this battle, but it's looking pretty good for the defenders. And I think at this stage, the attackers have an uphill battle. It's going to come down to Nabatea, who has a bunch of hoplites. A bunch of hoplites, which could be dangerous. It could be dangerous, so we'll see. They've got some axe warriors. Let's not forget. Okay, we got some Oathsworn. So they've got some infantry here that are scary. They definitely do. So they are more than based upon the units, they are more. It's not impossible. The words are hard. It's not impossible for them to overcome this defense. Even though they've had some blunders here, that sally out, that cav charge was well played and well timed for the defenders. So more and more reinforcements coming in. This is what they need to do. They need to consolidate. They need to get out of here. Here comes the cav. Again, still being a thorn in the side. They need to get their infantry inside the city, abandon the outside, because it is completely under control. Okay, not completely, but it's definitely playing to the advantage of this Persian cav, this heavy cav, the lance cav, shock cav, and then we've got the, what is this? This is shock cav as well. Heavy, oh no, this is heavy melee cav. And they're going to clean up these archers, even though they're out of ammo. Even though they're out of ammo, it doesn't matter. You're still inflicting mass casualties, which can cause morale issues for the attackers. So that's still a loss right there. How many kills does this cat? 246. This one has 150. So they're definitely getting some good kills. But yeah, just, is he chasing cav with infantry? What are you doing? I don't know. He's going to go finish up these archers over here. Again, it's not going to really help a ton, but it is inflicting more casualties, which can hurt the morale of the other units still intact, the Oathsworn, and etc. So here we go. This is going to be where the epic meat grinder really unravels. We've got the Nabatean archers still active, which is great. Great for the attackers, because they can definitely do some work, and they are trying to silence the defending archers here. The heavy bowmen of Gaeti, Eastern archers. We've got these slingers who have only 1 kill, so they probably still have a lot of ammo left over. We got the general moving up now from noble swords. So this is it. This is the moment of truth. The battle will be decided right here, and it's a matter. It's a just like I said, it's a meat grinder. It is a brutal meat grinder, and you got troops constantly cycling in and out, trying to get charge bonuses off. It's gonna come down to the wire. They got to do everything they can against these chosen swordsmen because, yeah, they're gonna get a lot of kills. I mean, one has 116, the other has almost 100, with still 129 men left in the unit. So it's going to be a major issue there. So now we got Cav constantly pinballing around. The Armenians, Royal Cataphracts, pinballing around, trying to chip away at whatever they can. Nabati in general is by himself. That could be something you could charge, weaken a little bit. We've got this Cav unit just kind of looking at this artillery crew. You might as well take out the artillery crew. They're just sitting there. Why not? What about, did they kill the, did he retreat? Yeah, no, these are slingers. I thought he, oh, did they kill the, wait, where's the Scorpion crew? Where's the Scorpion crew? Ah, did they get killed? Oh no. I wanted them to see this victory, to feel the victory. So we really got the defenders pushing in, and this is, both sides have really preserved their elites here. Noble swords for Gaety. They have not seen any action yet, really. So this one has 153 kills. My goodness. But yeah, this is definitely where both sides kind of preserve the best of the best. We got generals kind of joining the fray, joining the fight. And there we go. Now he's charged the artillery crew. Good for you. Just, you know, pad up those stats. Get those stats up. But yeah, they're just like like I said, vultures, sharks, just kind of swimming around looking for opportunities to charge. And he's gonna go for the general. He's going for it. Boom. Nice. Really good job. And just run through them. Excellent. He's not gonna kill a ton there. Let's see. Is he gonna count? Oh, he's gonna hit him from the other side now. Oh, but it doesn't really land. Unfortunately, the Cav kind of got in the way. But it's a good idea. All right, let's head back over here where the hoplites have engaged the noble swords of the defenders. But archer fire's coming in to soften up these hoplites, which is good to see. The hoplites are well armored, very defensive unit. So having that archer support on the flank is definitely going to support these noble swords. In fact, it's so effective that they're already breaking, or they were breaking. They will break soon. They're down to 34 men. Aravachi, Aravachi, the Scutari, they are down to the wire. They're now going to send in the noble swords, guys. Noble swords spotting. They're moving up. They're getting ready to charge, and we're going to have a battle of elites. The battle of titans, as we have the Oathsworn take on the noble swords. And there we've got some hoplites mixed in as well, the armored desert hoplites. And here comes a chosen swords. They're cycle charging in and out. This is beautiful. And they are desperately trying to claw their way to this victory. But it is looking better and better for the defenders. Absolutely. Nice little volley there into this Cav. That's definitely going to help you try to kill this Cav as much as possible. But the Cav, even if they don't get a single kill, they've gotten their money's worth, and they're just keeping them busy. Keeping them busy so they can't put as much attention. They can't cycle charge as much over here. They can't be as astute over here, I guess, as observant. Nabatea is cracking right now. Oh, no. Now we got chosen swordsmen. 150 men. They're down to the wire. So this has been an absolutely fantastic battle so far. Really, really great tactics. I've really enjoyed this. Nabatea still has a lot of troops, though. The bounce power, I would say, is slightly in favor of the defenders. But all it takes is a chain route, killing a general to turn the battle around. And here we go. So now we've got these noble swords, 100 kills. They're down to 129 men, holding back fresh reserves. And we've got some axemen still alive. for the Armenians. They're going to charge in and support the noble swords that are already in the thick of it. Constant cycle charging in, constant using javies. The archers for the Nabatean archers are still trying to support their infantry. We got noble swords holding back Oathsworn, but the Oathsworn are down to 34 men, most likely not going to be able to penetrate through these noble sword defense. And at this point, guys, I mean, this is 100% down to the wire. Oh my goodness. Both sides, a few infantry, a few units of archers. In fact, most of the archer units. Oh no, he charged them. He charged them. He got his cav in the mix. And now he's down to 1 unit of heavy archers, which are getting bombarded right now by the defending skirmishers. So, yeah, I think at this point, guys, it's safe to say that the defenders have this one. An absolutely fantastic job to all the players here, to both teams. This was a highly competitive and very unique battle. I love the sally out. I love the delay attack with the cav. I love the positioning of that scorpion and using the infantry. That was all fantastic. And the attackers just could not break through. They just could not break through this initial defense here. And here we go. Nice charge of the cav. They're going all in. They're trying to break them. They're trying to surround them and finish this one, and they can all go celebrate their victory and have a big feast and mourn the victorious dead. Yeah, there we go. More skirmish fire coming in on the armored desert hoplites. And noble swords. They're holding back the Oathsworn. 106 men. These archers are just great angle. Yeah, this is the nail in the coffin right here. This is it. This is it. So great job there. And it's only a matter of time. I mean, the Oathsworn will put up a great fight. Don't get me wrong. There they go. They're well disciplined. Even if they're surrounded, they'll put up a little bit of a fight, but it's only a matter of time. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. This had a little of everything. A meat grinder, a sally out, a scorpion, you know, delayed cav attacks, great archer play from both sides. Really enjoyed it. So this was sent in by Toxic Rex. I want to give him a big thank you for submitting the replay into my Discord. You guys can do the same if you got fantastic battles you want to share. The Scorpion ends up, the crew's gone, they died, but they end up with 360, so a kill for every day. 365 kills. And then we got the Armenians here. We've got Gaiti. And then we got the Arverni, Nabatea, and Kolkis. So GG to all the players here. Thank you for taking, being a part of this. This was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Let me know in the comments below your favorite part. Let me know like certain strategies you think the attackers should have done. I would say the only thing they could have done to possibly win is be more aggressive and getting inside the city. I think they lingered too long outside. I know it's difficult, but because the defenders were not giving you much ground, but I think they really should have been as aggressive as possible getting inside the city, which would have made that cav, it would have negate the cav essentially. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.